step by step, fight by fight. If you're going to ask me like what's my plan in this division, is to knock Dillian Whyte out, I guess.
Moses Itauma's physique has taken a frightening turn, and not in the way casual fans expect. In the latest Done Inside Camp video, you can clearly see the dramatic transformation, a noticeably bulkier frame, thickened arms, broader shoulders, and yet he's still moving like a middleweight. This isn't just conditioning, this is an engineered monster. Moses looks absolutely locked in.
Good.
And again.
Good.
And again.
Mentally, physically, and emotionally. And the message to Dillian Whyte: simple, you're in trouble. What Moses has done to his body is nothing short of revolutionary for a 20-year-old heavyweight. His gains aren't just surface. Level muscle for aesthetics. The size he's put on is being turned into terrifyingly functional power. Every time he slams the heavy bag in training, it echoes with intent, bad intentions. You can feel it. These punches aren't just punches. They're wrecking balls attached to piston-like arms, designed to destroy.
People, a lot of the time, a lot of the general public, you know, the expectation's almost like it's a 2 or 3 round job for Moses. And my opinion is if there was any other heavyweight in the world boxing Dillian Whyte, they wouldn't say it's a 2 or 3 round job. So I think that just tells you how highly people think of
destroy. And yet, despite the bulk, he hasn't sacrificed one iota of speed. His feet glide, his hips rotate with laser-like accuracy. Moses isn't sluggish, he's faster than ever. This is what makes the transformation so dangerous. He's taken his already lethal profile and supercharged it. From a slick, fast phenom into a muscled-up predator who's now ready to absorb punishment and dish it out in frightening doses. Ben Davison, a coach who knows what elite preparation looks like, summed it up perfectly. This isn't just hype, it's real. And when a man who's cornered Tyson Fury and Devin Haney makes that call, you take notice. The aura around Moses Itauma isn't built on marketing or media fluff. It's built on performance, development, and a relentless climb through each stage of his evolution. What 20
There's something about him, you could see it, and his dedication from then to now has not changed. And obviously the trajectory of how much he's improved is seeing it, isn't you? So 175-year-old
heavyweight has ever been spoken about like this? None. The expectation that Moses will walk through Whitey in 2 or 3 rounds isn't just fan delusion, it's a barometer of how highly insiders rate him. And let's be honest, if any other heavyweight was stepping in with Dillian Whyte right now, no one would be predicting a 2.
A lot more punches than that, and I have a lot more punches than that. So, you know, I'm not just focusing on one punch, I'm focusing more on strategy and get into the strategic position to learn what we're learning. It's softball, so you know, you can't just walk up to him and learn left hook and then the same like you do on other people. So you have to set it up and timing and stuff. So yeah, I've just been working more on that.
Round demolition job. That's exclusive to Moses Itauma. That tells you everything. The strength and conditioning regime that Moses is now embracing is world-class. He's not bulking up to look good. He's building a war machine. Those dumbbell routines, the resistance training, the explosive movement drills, they show a calculated mission. Every repetition, every drop of sweat, it's all part of the blueprint of a world champion in the making. He's building a body not just to dominate fights, but to sustain a reign. A body that can take punishment and give it back tenfold. And behind this transformation is Jordan Vine, the quiet force behind Moses' physical evolution. This isn't...
I did message him. I was like, listen, I don't know why you're taking that fight, for what reason. And he goes, oh, he don't care, you know, my friend, you know. So I was like, listen, just be careful. And I messaged Moses. I'm like, Moses, just fight him, but don't put him to sleep that bad.
A coach who just popped up overnight. Vine has been there since the beginning, shaping Moses from his teenage years into this heavyweight force of nature. There's a bond there, a trust. This is no crash course. It's years of systemized growth that's taken Moses from a promising kid to a 175-kilogram behemoth capable of shocking the world. This is the final form of a long-term project. And now, the world is seeing what that project looks like when it reaches its final stretch of ignition. You can see the shift even in Dillian Whyte's demeanor. Gone is the typical bravado. There's no chest puffing, no loud declaration. What's left is calculation. A quieter tone, a sense of caution. That's not confidence. That's survival mode. Even Dillian seems to realize that this is no ordinary.
A guy who's 24 years old, who's got his always faculties right, getting trained by one of the best trainers in the United Kingdom, and then mate, it's like you got more chance of winning the lottery than you beating that Moses Itauma. Let's be honest.
Opponent. Moses Itauma isn't someone you walk down. He's someone you get carried out by if you make the wrong move. When even Derek Chisora, a man who has brawled with giants and legends, warns Moses not to knock the guy out too bad, you know the fear is real. Chisora didn't say that for show. That came from respect or concern. He sees what's coming. He's been in there with everyone, but even he views this fight as a mismatch, and that's chilling. The scariest part? Moses doesn't care. He's not playing the nice guy. He's not here to box safe or win on points. He's here to send a message. He's coming with the energy of a silent killer. And
great fight, you know, but it'll be fascinating to see how Moses goes against Dillian. I don't think they put him in against Dillian Whyte if they think there's real jeopardy for them. I think they might get a few rounds and get asked a few more questions than possibly they've been asked by Marius Wack and Dempsey McKean. But I don't.
And that's what's got veterans so uneasy. There's no emotion in him, just purpose. And when someone that young shows no nerves, no hesitation, and no desire to show mercy, that's a dangerous human being. And if you thought Chisora's warning was raw, wait till you hear what he said next. Dillian Whyte has a better chance winning the lottery than beating Moses Itauma. That wasn't sarcasm. That was brutal honesty. And let's face it, he's not wrong. Moses is young, but he's not green. He's hungry, but not reckless. He's being shaped by a dream team of boxing minds who are preparing him for dominance, not just wins. Every training camp is a step forward. Every fight is a progression, physically, mentally, and tactically. He levels up every time out. Whitey, on the other hand, is carrying years of ring.
But Moses, is that his feet and his distance and his range is so good and he's so quick that if you commit to the punches, you're going to get countered. And if you don't, you're going to get backed up and taken out. So it's a real puzzle. There's not many heavyweights that are southpaws. Obviously, Oleksandr Usyk is, but he's moved up into that.
And emotional baggage, his losses, his suspensions, the controversies, it all adds up. He's coming into this fight already dented. He's not the hunter anymore. He's the hunted, and the man coming for him isn't interested in a scrap. He's coming for destruction. Simon Jordan, never one to sugarcoat the moment, said it plainly. This fight wouldn't even be happening if Moses was in any real danger, and that's the truth. This isn't a risky move from Team Itauma. This is calculated. Dillian Whyte might be a bigger name than Dempsey McKean or Lucas Brown, but in the eyes of the Moses machine, he's just another obstacle, another gate, and Moses is smashing through gates like a bulldozer. Jordan's words echo a growing sentiment. This isn't a test. This is a statement. This fight is designed to generate headlines, spark global awareness.
But he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent. I think he's got a good team around him, Ben Davison and Lee Wiley. Wiley is the brains that study everything, and they use what we call video analysis now in boxing. They're the one
and launch Moses into the next level of conversation, world title conversation. Whitey's name may carry legacy weight, but his fists, not anymore. The real problem he faces isn't just Moses's bulk or brute force, it's the footwork, the timing, the fight IQ. Adam Smith put it best. Moses Itauma isn't just a puncher, he's a puzzle. You try to pressure him, you eat a counter, you back off, and he closes the distance with speed and discipline. Either way, you're in trouble. Dillian Whyte built his career on being the aggressor, but against Moses, aggression is a trap. He's not just reacting, he's calculating. Every movement from Itauma is measured, designed to draw a mistake and punish it ruthlessly. That's what terrifies seasoned analysts. Moses fights with the mind of a veteran and the explosiveness of a young predator. And when those two qualities meet, you don't get a good fighter, you get a generational one. Tony Bellew knows that reality. He's
give it everything because he knows it's last chance saloon for him. He needs the victory here. So, look, we find out just how good Moses Itauma is, I think, on the 16th of August when he boxes Dillian Whyte, because I think he wins it and wins it in style. But everyone they put in front of him so far is just dismantled. I think this kid's going to go on and...
Been in the fire. He's seen top-tier talents come and go. And when he says Moses Itauma might be the future of the heavyweight division, he's not throwing out compliments. He's issuing a warning. His only concern may be size. But even Bellew admits that in this new age of heavyweights, size isn't the key. Usyk proved that already. And Moses, terrifyingly, has size and speed and precision. When Bellew compares Moses to Usyk, he's not claiming he's reached that level. He's saying he's on the path. And at just 20 years old, that should send chills down the spine of every top contender in the division. Because Moses doesn't just have potential, he has the skills, frame, and mental discipline to fulfill it. Spencer Oliver is another name backing the Moses train. And he's not hedging his bets. He's calling for a statement win, not a decision, not a technical scrap, a moment of brutality that shakes the division. Because this isn't just about beating Dillian Whyte, it's about how he beats him. Oliver, like many close to the sport, isn't surprised by Moses' rise.
To almost see the old school Dillian Whyte who, wasn't afraid of anyone, would put it on anyone, because Moses is still only 20. And I almost feel like if Dillian needs a path to victory, it might start from outside the ring first, and then we'll see. Because there would have been a time when Moses has grown up and he's watching Dillian Whyte.
He sees the levels, the power, the balance, the control, all developed in real time on the world stage, and what we're witnessing is a fighter being molded into something terrifying, not a one-dimensional brawler, not a hype job. A complete, intelligent force of nature destined for world titles. When Moses dismantles YT, and make no mistake, the boxing world expects it. It won't be a shock. It'll be confirmation. For some, it'll be the moment they finally accept the shift that's happening. A 20-year-old phenom is reshaping the heavyweight landscape, one victim at a time. But what does YT really need to do to survive? Oladipo, always a voice of boxing reason, put it bluntly. Dillian can't just rely on gloves. He needs a psychological edge, mind games, antics, the chaos that used to define him, the infamous table throwing, the press conference taunts, the raw aggression. But that Dillian Whyte is gone, and Moses Itauma, he's already seen it all. He grew up watching Whyte, studying him, and now he's the one walking into the ring to close the chapter. Aid doesn't sound like he's making a prediction. He sounds like he's pleading for the old Whyte to show up. Because if he doesn't, this could be over very quickly. Moses Itauma versus Dillian Whyte isn't just a fight, it's a transition, a generational passing of the torch, or more accurately, a violent snatching of it. If Moses wins the way people expect, it won't just be a win, it'll be an announcement. The new king is on his way, and the throne, it's already being measured.